What's up everybody, Weston here with the Hidden Gibbon, and before I get into today's video, thank you to Moxfield user Lock of Gold for being the source of my little bit of research I had today. So, what are we going to talk about? Legends. So many legends. Legends everywhere. Legends everywhere. You know what? I'm going to make that meme the thumbnail for this if I can do that. So there was an article put out by Wizards of the Coast. You know, Mark Rosewater and others were talking about like what to do about Legends and specifically Universes Beyond. Now I know this has been talked about, like Distraction Makers. Pretty sure Pleasant Kenobi has talked about it and a few others. But we all know that there's a lot of legends, right? This right here, this user Lock of Gold. You know what? I'm gonna give this a favorite right here. Absolutely a favorite right there. Has a list of every legend from 2025. And if you can see down here where it says main deck, 548 legends last year. That is an absolutely insane number. That is a lot of commanders, friends. And yes, it is counting ones that were reprinted into it. So like, you know, like we have like this and this. But that's a lot of legends. Big legend energy, if you will. So they kind of talk about in the article what to do about this issue with legends, because with especially Universes Beyond, they want to be faithful to the properties, right? Like they want to do justice to like Turtles and Avatar, etc. The problem is there's so many legends that it just saturates everything. And I'm an old Magic player, right? Here's my legacy deck, etc. So kind of like in the Distraction Makers video, they go over like kind of like the history of the legend rule. I'll kind of do it here as well. So like when I was playing Magic, say Gix, right? Say I had a Gix on the battlefield and then my opponent plays a Gix. Both Gix blow up. They go gone. And in Legacy, little Jace Beleren was used as removal for Jace the Mind Sculptor, because once upon a time, Jace the Mind Sculptor was amazing, and there even was a fun song, Jace the Mind Sculptor Better Than All. Look it up. But it was used to just like wipe out an opponent's Jace. It's a 3-cost removal spell at that point, because we didn't have Planeswalker removal. We did not at that point in time. And so then they changed the legend rules. So like then say I have a Gix. Well, then my opponent can have a Gix, but I cannot have 2 Gix. This was fine, and I'll be honest, the rule worked fine up until Commander like became the forefront, right? Where they wanted to print more and more legends. And this is a downside to Commander. I love Commander, but this is a downside. More and more legends to appeal to folks who wanted to build more and more Commanders. And then with Universes Beyond, when you have, you know, like Gilgamesh, Master at Arms, and Gyat, God, it's Gyat, Gyat, King of the Dwarves, and Gladiolus, Amicitia. Oh God, the Final Fantasy fans are going to murder me for that. And Ghost Spider Gwen Stacy, like you have so many that it becomes saturated. So say you have a really good card, right? Like a really strong creature that you would want to run 4 of. Back when it was good, Tarmogoyf. Tarmogoyf was not legendary, so you could have 4 of them out there and present overwhelming board state. The problem with today is a lot of the creatures are legendary, and so you can't have multiple out at once. It slows down gameplay. You have to then mix up more threats. Like you don't want to run too many, which means you have to run different creatures in addition. Some of those are probably legendary as well. It just it bogs the game down a little bit. And so they were discussing what they should do, whether it's, print commons. Like, so say Iroh here, right? Iroh's got a few cards. Printing a common Iroh who is not legendary, or altering the legendary rule altogether. And I don't know what the fix to this is. Now, I watched the Distraction Makers video, and they know far more about game design than I do, right? I'm just a dude who plays Magic and knows history. You know, I don't have an in-depth knowledge of how to do game design. I am not a game designer myself. So I really did find it interesting when they were talking about things like maybe making iconic cards or something like that, where a card, because if you altered the legendary rule so you could play any number of legends, like they said, the problem is with older cards, they were bounced. for being legendary, right? Like think of Isamaru and stuff. You could run 4 1-drop 3/3s at the same time. That it warps it, as they said, it immediately power creeps the game. We don't want that. But if you add something like, say, iconic, where like a card might not be legendary but is iconic, all the Commander Rules Committee has to do is say, well, legends and iconic cards can be your commander. And I think that's a super easy fix. They did say that there is an issue with rolling that out to literally everyone, because there are a lot of people who do not subscribe, like they don't actively go on social media for Magic. They don't watch YouTube on Magic. They don't read articles. Hell, I don't read a lot of the articles. I read some of the articles because and I am more plugged in than a lot of players, and I would say I'm still closer to the average Magic player than I am to, the big guys in the sphere yet, right? Like I am not like a large content creator, and my whole life doesn't revolve around content creation, things like that. I still work this is never going to be a full-time job for me. I know that, but with the legends and stuff, like what do you think as an average player like me? Like for me, I like that our universes within sets are trying to compensate by having fewer legends. There were fewer legends in Lorwyn. There were fewer legends in Edge of Eternities. I really like those sets, but for every legend they didn't have, I loved Avatar, but we had 50 legends for every one legend that wasn't in Edge of Eternities, right? Like look at all these little momos here. I love the cards, but I agree we need to address the legends issue. Of course, I'm going to leave that up to the folks up at Wizards of the Coast, because they have more experience with it than I do. I do like the idea of iconic cards, so I will throw my lot in with that being probably the best solution. So that way people who are fans of a franchise can see their card be made at a lower power level. That way for constructed they can, or for regular play constructed 60 card or limited, they can create, say, Scarlet Spider Cane here, have it be iconic rather than legendary, and then you can play multiple of them at once. It's, when it enters you can discard a card. If you do, put a 1/1 counter on it. That's really not that powerful of a card. It could be a non-legendary, and those could be some of your little go wide, low to the ground limited cards in a Spider-Man draft and things like that. But yeah, a little bit of a short one today. I just wanted to ask all of you about it, because there are so many legends in Magic the Gathering now. Like I said, 548 if you count these ones that got like Timna here and stuff like that. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. As always, I'm Wesley with the Hidden Gibbon, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.